Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So this week we're going to work on the golf cart, and for right now I'm just going to tell you what I've done to it so far. We started out with two golf carts that didn't work. One was all metal body, this one's all plastic. We really liked that the body was all metal. It was old school retro looking golf cart. It was a four-seater. They both were electric, and that one did not. The rear axle was positioned, so I couldn't make it so it could be gas powered without lots and lots and lots of modifications. So I found another one for super cheap, $100, couple $100, I don't remember, and had the correct axle on it. Came with a bunch of extra tires. The body is just plastic, which isn't that big a deal. Whatever. So the idea was to take all the four-seater stuff off the metal one, but on the actually the first idea was actually swap axles and keep the metal body. But as I'm stripping it down and start doing work to it, the frame was rusted super bad where the battery sat. I've had to redo the whole frame. It just wasn't in the cards at the time, and so decided to make this plastic one instead of trying to modify, redo that frame, make the rear end work, all that stuff. I just decided to use the plastic one and take the windshield and the top and the back seat off the metal frame one that was a four-seater and make this one into a four-seater. So I ordered a gas-powered motor. It's a they call it 212 off Amazon, but it says on the motor a 208cc engine, and got that installed, and I'll show you guys that. And got all ordered the clutch, got the motor installed, had to do a different filter so that way it would fit correctly. Do the clutch system and the transmission for the reverse. Got a lot more battery in here. Hooked up did the aftermarket fuel tank. I thought I was gonna need to run the pump, but I don't need to. I don't think. A couple other people said I didn't need to. So we're gonna try eliminating that pump and see if it actually helps it run better. The only other thing that I had the issue with is that the it was super loud, and then two, the chain popped off the rear, and the chain drive I was running on this just isn't the correct size. It was going super slow, and then I was getting full throttle, and it just wasn't hardly going anywhere. So I'm gonna change to this bigger gear here, out for a smaller gear. And then I have a different exhaust to put on this. It's actually I have to bump up from that 1-inch pipe all the way up to, I think this is a 2.5 or 1.5 or 1 3/4 pipe. Got a chunk of an exhaust pipe laying around here somewhere to go with this. I'm gonna try this. If not, I'll just build my own. I got some exhaust baffling material. So what else did we do to this? I completely rebuilt the back end of it, so I could have the step in the back. Let's see, there's some other stuff. Oh yeah, I added shocks to the rear end just to stiffen it up some more, so adults could ride back here. So not just kids. Like this is the low tiny exhaust that I ordered. And that didn't work. So I gotta make that big one fit in there somehow. But I wish I had video of all a lot more video of this thing, of all the work I did to it. The I had pulled the rear end out when I was building the shock towers, and the shock tower was actually built using the arc joint. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. And then I built some mounts down there on the axle. I welded the gears inside of here because a lot of places, including our property here, is off, like dirt roads and dirt off camber, and so I wanted to keep the traction good. I don't know how well it's gonna turn. We'll see. I might have screwed up and it not work at all. I don't know. So we will find out. At some point, we will paint this probably the same color as the race rig. Redo the front seat so it's either camo or it will be like a army with canvas material along with the back seat. Do you plan on building some type of bumper and rack for the front? I want to be able to put a cooler and maybe some chairs up here. I was going to do something on the top, but I'm afraid it's going to be too heavy. We'll have to see how stiff it is and how much it wants to lean. We might upgrade, make it wider, maybe the axles, or get off the tires or something to make it a little bit wider. I don't know, and then raise it up some. Maybe the back won't be too bad. Like get some blocks and raise the back up, or bigger shackles or something. And the front will be different. I say that, but the front looks pretty easy too because it's on a leaf spring down there, and then A-arms at the top, and so you should be able to just put a block in there and just be able to raise that up, right? I don't know. We'll see. We'll modify. We'll do something. Make it a little bit taller. Make it fun. If I do build a rack for the top, it will have off-road lights on it or something, and then along with the bumper in the front. So that is the key. That is the plan. That is what we are looking forward to doing. So, yeah, we got some work to do. Definitely, I got to undo some stuff and redo some other stuff. So, but this should be fun. Hopefully, this will only be 2 or 3 episodes of one episode of possibly getting the engine running, getting the fuel system changed over, get that gear changed, and then put the chain back on for the rear. Then charge the battery, do the exhaust. So all that should be on one episode, as long as it all goes good. As long as it goes good. Then we'll air up the tires, take on a test drive, see how it does. Then from there, we can start building the front bumper, finishing up the rear end, then do the seats, paint it, sand it down, paint it. I still got the dash is still loose, so I can pull it off and I can paint stuff. I did build some rock sliders for it. I thought those are kind of cool. Well, I think that's 2x2 square tubing. So I want to make something nice. So and make it easier or something. I don't know. So, but hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It should be interesting because I have no idea where it's going. So hopefully this is not a fail like the quad is over there, like the race rig. Hopefully I don't have to buy much. Hopefully I have everything here. The only thing I don't think I have here is stuff to cover the seats, and then do something with the flooring. I got some rubber mat I could lay down on the floor. But I think I got paint here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how far we go. I just don't have wheels and tires. but that'll be for a later date. For now, we will deal with these. Seeing people use the Honda rims. These are 4-lug, so I think that's what the Honda Civic rims are too. They're, I guess that if I get my hands on a set of 15s and then throw some skinny ass tires on them or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. This should be fun. Should be bumpy. Should have sparks flying at some point. So stay tuned. Okay, so did a little bit of work off camera. Got the roof off of it. Got the seats off. Got some plastic pieces off. Windshield, all that stuff. Got the battery on charge. The roof is over there. Needs a pretty good deep clean before I put it back on. The back bow is slightly bent, so I need to re-straighten that out. And the windshield, I don't know, it doesn't really fit with this. I need to build another bar that goes across the bottom to really kind of hold it more into place. So, well, I will start working on it. I got old fuel drained out of it too, so you guys don't need to watch that. Wasn't super old, maybe about a year old, but it's starting to turn yellow, so I figured it was time to change it out. So, we're gonna start on doing the gears, messing with the fuel lines. So, and then we'll see if it starts up. Okay, you guys just got done watching me, but the new sprocket on, and then got the back chain put on. I had switched the fuel lines because I didn't think I'd need the fuel pump, but the tank is too low. Maybe if the tank was full, they didn't have enough push for the gravity to push up into the carburetor, but the little bit of fuel I put in it for now didn't have enough push to it, so we're going to continue to use the fuel pump that I put on it, and see how it runs. But for now, we'll just see what will happen next. But it's a little loud, so I have the muffler off for now. So what we're going to do next is one, clean up the shop a little bit, and then two, we're going to start working on this exhaust. We're going to get this big old beast to fit. So it'll fit the way it is right now. Okay, so in this clip here, the next couple clips, you are going to watch me cut this muffler down so that way it'll fit in the golf cart a lot easier. I did make a few mistakes in this video, but lessons learned, whatever, and you'll see them towards the end there, and I'll explain it more. But right now with this cardboard, I'm making a template to make it cut the same shape as like a full-size muffler, where it's like that oval shape instead of a round shape like this muffler is. I'll cut the cardboard out, and then I'll trace both sides so that way they're the exact same, and then I'll start cutting it out. But I'm doing this voiceover just because when I did about 2 hours of filming and realized that my mic had turned off for some reason. First time I've had an issue with these mics. So, and then since I had the microphone receiver plugged into my phone, the mic on the phone wasn't working either. So, but hope you guys are enjoying the film so far, and thanks for watching all my episodes so far, and hope you guys are having a great day. So right here, I'm trying to get the outside of the muffler taken apart, and I, for some reason, did not realize that there was spot welding around it, and so now I'm getting ready to drill out the spot welds with a spot weld drill bit. You have to pre-drill a small hole just so that the tip of the bit will go into and guide the spot weld into place. So. But then once I cut all the, here I'm bringing the drill bit in, but once I cut, I think there was either 9 spot welds, so once I get all those cut, the 2 layers of sheet metal that was around this muffler, so it's coming off. So it's a very handy tool to have in your toolbox. I picked one of these up when I was taking a collision class, and it's very handy, especially if you're doing any type of body work on the vehicle to have. They definitely cut through the spot weld pretty good. You left with a big hole, but if you're halfway decent at welding, you can weld that hole up pretty easy. Or you can use that same hole to reattach that panel. So I ended up covering those holes up with just scrap piece of metal that came off what was left over from bending the sheet metal around this new shape. So as you will see in the video here pretty soon. Okay, so right here you guys watch me get the sheet metal put on this muffler. I started just tack welding the edge to the inside of it just to be able to hold it in place. Then I started working my way around the outside of it and just take my time. I didn't want to overheat the sheet metal. I know it's not all about looks and everything else, but it's more of a function. I didn't want to have any major leaks or anything with it. But just try not to rush. Try not to rush it. Take my time. I messed up right there. And you can see it. Cut the weld and we did it over again, so that way the gaps were pretty close together. Okay, right here you guys will see me get the exhaust mat out. And I get the snake around the backside of those pipes, but that did not work, so I decided to cut it a little chunk off and shove it inside there. And ended up being that I actually did not need this mat. I finished welding this whole thing together, and the exhaust on the golf cart, and it ended up being too much resistance for the exhaust. So I talk about it later in the video too, but I will end up cutting a decent sized chunk out of the muffler, so that way I can actually pull some of it out. I might keep a little bit right in the middle, but the rest of it will be coming out. I just made it too tight in there and put too much of it. So that was a lesson learned. That when I first started the golf cart up, it spit some of that material out the backside of it, and then also it was the engine just didn't want to run correct. It just had too much back pressure. So definitely lesson learned. I'll be a little more conservative on that stuff next time. The next video I'll cut it back apart real fast and then pull that out, put it back together, and we'll see how that works. Okay, so we got the muffler all finished up. Looks pretty good. Kind of smoothed out a little bit. This is where the holes were for the spot welds. So, so now, since this thing's small enough, either we can actually put it right here, we have a lot more room, or we can actually get it so it sits up like right in here, like this area here. Pretty much. Kind of make it so it fits about right there. So I think that's what we're going to do. So that way we still have plenty of room underneath, and I only have to worry about a small area that's getting hot and not the whole thing. So I don't think this will get hot at all. So I think the next step is going to be getting that small tube off. I'm going to bend this bend a little bit more so it comes down more, and then bend this one more so it comes out down here a little bit more, so that way it has more clearance. And then this will get cut off and move back a little bit, and this will probably get cut off here, so that way we can just shove everything back. And between here and this piece here, which is some exhaust tubing that fits in here, it's not a very big gap, so I should be able to crunch this down a little bit or something to be able to make it fit. So what I might end up doing is I'll take like a socket that's maybe that size or something like that, and see if I can find something that I can put on the press and press it down to shrink it. So something, a socket or something. But I will let you know what I find. Okay, so at the end cut off, there's and I'm just making 4 even slots in this tube, and then put in the vise and smash it down, and it fits over that pipe just fine now. See, nice tight fit. And then, so now I'm going to pull the exhaust off and do a couple bends in it, get the tube bender out, bend it just slightly, and then we'll go from there. Let's go. Fuel on. Ooh, come on. Fuel on. Fuel is on. Okay. So that's before. Let's see what sounds like after, huh? Okay, let's see what it sounds like now, huh? Yeah. Ooh. Well, this is just on sitting on there. It's not even welded up, but definitely doesn't want. Not happy. Not happy with that. So we gotta figure out something else. Whew. Definitely not happy. Okay, so I decided to say screw it. I have that old little one on for right now. I think with this one here, I'm just going to have to cut it back open. Just cut the top off and pull all that stuffing out and weld this back together. I think it's just too much back pressure. Then hopefully I'll be good to go. But I don't have a seat mount for this yet, so I put some 2x6s on here. And I think I'm going to go out the garage and see if this thing will actually drive and drive around. I'll put it around or something. So I'm going to hand you over to my wife. I will keep the mic on me so that way he can, I can still talk in the video. Oops. Come on. Nope. Okay, so first test drive didn't go too well. Ended up having then the brakes were locked up from sitting so long, and I didn't want to throttle out of the garage. And then I ended up having the choke on when I thought the choke was off, and it wasn't. And then just a couple other things was going on. The engine wasn't running right, it wasn't breathing correctly, something. So here, and then figured out that the air filter was clogged, it wasn't breathing correctly. So I gotta find a new air filter to put onto this thing so that will breathe better. And then fix the exhaust. It's super loud. Everything on this is super loud. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll rip the rest of the body off on this next episode. Rip the body off, take the battery, engine, transmission all out, and then we're gonna cut the cradle out, and then connect the main cradle to the rear axle, like how it's supposed to be on the gas-powered ones. Then come all the way up and have like a polyurethane bushing or body bushing or whatever you want to call it. Probably something like this. I got some different ones of these laying around. We'll try something like that and then see if that will help out and get that set up to the main frame. And because the kind of factory golf carts, that's what they do. They use the cradle off the rear axle, and that way it's the engine stays with it. And the only reason why I want to do that is because I was standing on the back of this, bouncing up and down, and noticed this chain get tight, loose, and tight, loose, and so with having the engine attached to the rear axle, it will eliminate all that, and then we'll have to do the pivot, have the bushings up front up here, and have it pivot. So that way it will eliminate all that, and then having the bushings there, that'll eliminate the vibration in the chassis. I hope at least. Then let's see here. Then hopefully that'll lower the whole transmission also. So I have a little bit more clearance from the exhaust. And then that'll actually make it so that the fuel going to the carb easier also. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. And then I can always move this engine this way some too if I need to. What is that like that? Oh. By the yep. So next episode, lots of tearing apart and refabbing. So I am going to post this next portion of this video you will watch is off my security camera. Me driving the golf cart around the front yard into the backyard for a second test drive after I pulled that filter off. So and then we're gonna get the exhaust manifold working too. So that way it quiets it all down. So thanks for watching and subscribe and like the channel.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.